Hi everyone, it's Atinuka here. Hope you're keeping well and safe. This is the day the Lord has made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. I hope you're doing your exercises. Yesterday we had a session on exercising. I haven't done mine today, but I promise I will. So I'm in the kitchen today and I've set the camera, which is why I'm kind of crouching down so you can see me. And I decided I'm gonna cook some jollof rice today, but that's not what this is about. Don't get too excited. I'm not a chef and I'm not going to show you how to cook jollof rice. But what happened was I opened a tin of tomato puree, and it suddenly occurred to me that even at this time, we begin to find some of our perishables don't last long because we can't keep them. So I thought I'll share with you some of the ways that I keep my perishables going for a bit longer than they would have died out. So let's start with the tomato puree. I'm sorry if I've disappointed some of you. I'm not cooking jollof rice, trust me. Okay, so what it is this is an ice cream scoop, and all you need to do is to put the size portion that you want. If you want bigger, depending on what you plan to cook, you could actually make some big and some small. And get your freezer bag. I already did this before I started recording just to save time. And I like this freezer bag because you actually can date it, and the content, you can put the contents tomato puree. And that can go in your freezer so you use as needed. So that's that. Also, bananas, we all love our veg and our fruits, and we find that they don't last that long. So what I usually do with bananas is to tie this end of it with a cling film, and for some reason it just goes on for longer than it would usually have lived for, if I can use that word. Now if you have plantains, if you eat plantains, you can actually chop off both ends of it with a knife and put it in the fridge. The skin will discolor, but it keeps the plantain going longer than it would normally have ripened. So that's a good tip as well. Now, make sure you wash your hands, because I already washed my hands, and I've got some radishes here that I've already sliced up earlier on. So they've been washed and sliced. And this is like an empty honey jar. So you can reuse these empty jars. And what I've done is slice them to the size I usually like them to be when I make my salad. And just fill them in your jar and add some water. And what this does is it keeps them fresh, it keeps them crunchy when you eventually need them. There you go. And that's ready to go in the fridge. The same thing with ginger. If you remember, we made a kind of detox drink a few weeks back. And some of the ginger that is left over from there, I just chop up. And I do the same thing that I've done with the radish. So just fill it up with water, and this keeps it going fresh. It doesn't dry up and begin to go off. So there you go. And that also is ready to go in the fridge. Now with our veg, I've got here some carrots. And we eat a lot of veg. In fact, we eat vegetables every single day. So what you want to do with them is wrap them up in kitchen foil. And this helps to keep them nice and crunchy for when you need them. So they're not, like soggy when you eventually need them. The same with the cucumber. And this was our main ingredients when we did a detox drink, the cucumber. So you want it to last long. So you do the same thing. Wrap it in kitchen foil. And when you're ready to use it, it's nice and it stays crunchy. Now, for those of you that eat potatoes, I've got a basket here. You can just use a container and put a napkin in it. And what I find is that if you're not careful, if you leave your potatoes out for too long, they begin to sprout. You see, I have roots here sprouting. So what you need to do is to put them in your basket. And I also use sweet potatoes. They're really nice and healthy for us as well. And what you need to do, and I'm not going to put in the ones that I already started sprouting, 1 or 2 apples, and that just helps to absorb or prevents the roots from sprouting. And get yourself a kitchen napkin, just fold it up and put it over it. And there you go, that's already sorted out. Well, those are just a few tips. If you have other tips that can help us, why don't you go in the comment box and put them down so that other people can benefit from them. These tips I got from family members, my mom, aunties in church, and this has been useful for me. So go ahead and do that. And if you haven't exercised today, please don't forget to do so. Our usual confessions: I will live, I will not die, and no plague shall come near my dwelling. God bless you, and I hope to see you soon. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye-bye.